The Cougar men's basketball team looks to get back on track against Arizona State in Arizona.
The women's basketball team shakes the monkey off their back, finally getting their first Pac-10 win.
And Tommy G rants
Stay tuned.
again.
Stay tuned for all of that and more on Inside the Lines.
Good evening. Once again, I'm Don McShell, and welcome to Inside the Lines. And tonight, we're going old school, no teleprompters.
And I'm Riley Corcoran. Thanks for joining us live here from the Murrow Complex on the WSU campus. We have a good one for you tonight, so let's not waste any time, Don.
Well, the Cougs traveled last time to Tempe, Arizona, and struggled mightily against the men from Arizona State. But as the team travels back to Friel Court and takes them at home, hopefully they do a lot better. Let's check out the highlights. Despite the bad loss last time, Marcus Capers got Beasley rocking early on. Handed put back, and that has become pretty routine for him in his gameplay. The Devils shot a tremendous game from beyond the arc at 41%, as we see Ty Abbott here on the three-point shot. And senior Nikola Koprivica getting the start, pump fakes his way to the hoop, where after the ball dances around for a little bit, he gets it to fall for 2 points. Cope was one of several Cougars to finish with 13 points. On the other end of the court, former Duke transfer Eric Boateng takes D'Angelo Casto off the low block for an easy 3-foot jump shot, but the Devils weren't done pouring it on. After a baseline drive, the ball ends up again with Abbott, who again knocks down the tray. Back to the Cougs after Klay Thompson dish, Capers gets another dunk, but he wouldn't be done just yet. Cougs go into halftime down by 14, more running the point in the second half. Dishes it to Klay Thompson. Thompson down the line, slices, dices, passes to who? Marcus Capers for another dunk. His third dunk of the night, he scored half his points just off dunks. Boateng goes up on the other end of the court. Casto says, "I don't think so, big fella." Klay Thompson gets the ball in transition, goes up for the layup, misses it. Capers would get the board, passes to Koprivica. Koprivica in the corner to Thompson. Thompson nails it from the land of plenty. One more time that look on the Dikembe Mutombo rejection. Yikes. They wouldn't go again inside against Casto, would they? Well, they did, and they should have listened, or should have learned from last time as Casto gets the easy block. Casto is the active leader in the Pac-10 for block shots as a sophomore. Reggie Moore, one of the best surprises of the season, takes it past not one, but two defenders as he scores the bucket and draws the foul. The bench is pumped, so's Reggie, and they should be. Cougars within 4 minutes with several minutes left. Can we make the comeback? Senior Derek Glasser controlling the offense, hands it to Boateng. Boateng gets it back to him, and with the shooter's touch, gets it to bounce off the rim and goes in from NBA distance. Moore isn't done just yet, though, as he does his best shake and bake past the defender to get to the basket, makes it, and gets the foul. Abbott does not like the call, but you know what? I think Reggie's okay with it. Reggie would go to the line and attempt to finish off the three-point play, but he makes a free throw, putting the Cougs within 8 with just over 6 minutes left. Can 6'2" Jamel McMillan shoot a floater over Casto? Unfortunately, he can't. We need someone to step on offense. Where are you at, Clay? Pump fake, goes up with a shot, no good, and from here on out, it does not look good for the home team. Can we get some old-fashioned Tony Bennett defense? Probably not. Glasser to Jaron Shipp in the corner, who gets the layup and the foul. That is clearly not what the Cougars needed. Closing seconds with Xavier Thames pressuring Glasser. He passes to Abbott. Is he out? No. Unfortunately, that's a foul on Reggie Moore, his 5th of the game, and as he walks off the court, so did the Cougars' chances. The 2 late threes by Glasser were too much for the Cougars to overcome, as they ended up losing the game 81-70.
Let's go back to Friel Court now as the Cougars are trying to salvage a split with the Arizona schools on the weekend. Right away, D'Angelo Casto makes his presence known. Wildcats now coming off a loss to UW on Thursday. Give the ball to their playmaker Nick Wise, and he strokes a 3 to answer. More Wise now off of the inbounds pass. Hitting his second 3 in just under 1 minute, Don. He finished with 10 points, but 2 of 2 from 3-point range, as they grabbed an early 12-point lead already from Jamel Horn's 3. But from then on, it was all Cougs. Great ball movement here inside as Casto had a huge game, career high, and they get inside. Hartoon, great pass, little turnaround hook shot going in. As I said, 19 points, his career high. Clay Thompson now with the rare little dish inside to Brock Modem, who knows how to finish strong, throwing it down. He had a career night as well. Freshman phenom Reggie Moore wasn't going to get left out of the action, was he? Hitting the fadeaway late in the first half to give the Cougs a 4-point lead. Second half now, Clay off the inbounds pass, takes it all the way up into the hole. He finished with 14. Now Marcus Capers on the offensive end. Nifty pass inside to Modem, and he wins the battle over fellow freshman Derek Williams to extend the lead even further. Cougs setting up the offense now, working the ball around the perimeter as they did all night, while ticking off some valuable time off the clock to eventually find a slashing Marcus Capers driving inside. That stretched the lead to 9. Brock Modem now showing his range a little bit. As you can see, coming off the pick from James Watson, the lefty, he can stroke it. How about a defensive highlight now from the Cougs? Solomon Hill tries to drive the lane, and hello, James Watson. He swats it away. Cougs back on offense now, and the great hustle play by Watson, saving the ball and finding a wide open Clay Thompson for his only 3 ball of the day as he moved into the top 20 all time on the Cougar points list. Late in the second half, and things got a little bit testy. Clay Thompson goes to the hole and gets hammered by Kyle Fogg. Initially, the officials ruled it as just a personal foul. Then they sent both teams to their respective benches, reviewed the video, and then did come to the conclusion that it was a flagrant foul. Obviously, fans were upset, as well as the zoo crew, but Clay Thompson gets 2 shots for the flagrant foul. Maybe felt the effects of the hard one on his first one as he leaves it short. As for the second shot, though, he drains it. Cougs went up 58-47 at that point in the game. From then on, the Cougs played even more inspired as Reggie Moore gets the steal, and the play of the day gets the and one for 2 of his 12. That fired everyone up, including D'Angelo Casto, and the fans chimed in as well. The Cougs then hit their free throws down the stretch and closed out the 78-60 win over Arizona, making it 3 straight over the Wildcats and improves their record to 15-8 overall and 5-6 in conference play. On Tuesday, we caught up with Coach Ken Bowen at his weekly teleconference. Here's what he had to say about the state of his Cougar team as they try to make a push for postseason play.
Feeling? Do you think maybe that's going to be a momentum builder for you?
You would hope it would be. That's what you're always hoping, that you can keep building off of each day, good or bad, but especially when you have some success like we had against Arizona. If you saw practice yesterday, I don't think you would think that we were building off of that success. But part of it was the makeup of the practice. We've got a couple guys. Charlie Enquist turned his ankle yesterday. John Allen he's got ice on his ankle, so he was out most of yesterday. Abe Lodwick was out with, I don't know, stomach flu, or he's just not feeling well. So we had a few guys out. We had a long practice, so it wasn't quite as sharp as I'd hoped, but it was all right.
The depth you guys showed on Saturday, is that something you're going to make an emphasis to try to continue to showcase for the last 7 games of the conference season?
Our plan is to continue to play the best players on our team that are available. The difference Saturday was we're trying to make sure that these guys, 1 through whatever, are being kept accountable. And the best way to do that is to put them on the bench when they're not, in our minds, as a staff, locked in mentally. And so there were a couple of mental breakdowns, and we were not going to prolong it anymore, so we just went ahead and started subbing immediately. And the guys that were subbed, meaning whether it was Reggie or Clay or D'Angelo, I think every one of them at some point, Xavier, it was usually just for a couple minutes, but it was mainly just a wake-up call that, look, we've been doing this now for a number of months, and we need to do it the right way.
And after last week's home loss to Oregon State, uh,